We're worried about billionaires in Davos. We have a debt ceiling issue. We're worried about Social Security going down, pensions being borrowed against, and we're spending money and sending money to places that we shouldn't be. All the while, it's costing $9 a dozen to buy some eggs, and our energy bills are going up for the common America. Well, let's jump into what I personally do with our money. I'm just the common American, trying to make it, working 8 to 5, hopefully spending time with my family on the weekends and enjoying life. But how do we kind of go through the craziness that America and the world is going through right now? How can we ebb and flow? What can we do with our cash? Well, today's video is going to be what we personally do with our money and our cash. So hopefully it will encourage you, give you some wisdom, and not that I'm advising you in any way, but it's one of those situations where if we can see what other people are doing, maybe we can learn from it and even do better ourselves to hopefully help you save and not lose everything you've worked so hard for. Let's jump right into it. The video starts right now. Hey guys, welcome to the Max. Thank you so much for being here. If you're new to the channel, go on here, press subscribe, and ring the bell. Give us a thumbs up because it does help us in the algorithm. And please share this video because you know money is tight right now and people are worried about all kinds of things. So hopefully something in this video they'll catch, give them some wisdom to find some common sense approaches to their dollar bills. There was a study that came out and said that our spending last year led to $4 billion a day of extra spending. So now you're adding more to the deficit. That's a $10,000 average per household in the United States. We have a bunch of unelected billionaires setting policy in Davos while we're having doubled energy bills and eggs that cost us double as well. Did you notice your energy bill went up? I know ours went up. It was crazy. Ours almost went up double. And we ran fireplaces and we didn't do anything different. But they say, oh, it's crisis and supply chain issues. It's just now affecting us and it may go up. All the while, everybody's trying to get you to go more on the grid. Come on, people. It's crazy. Eggs are averaging around $5 to $6 across America for just a standard GMO white egg per dozen. In some cities, $9 to $11 a dozen is more common. And that is crazy scary. First and foremost, I would say you need to be putting back cash. Now, the reason I'm pushing cash is because I believe in it. If you saw some of our bank accounts, and our bankers probably laugh at us, we don't leave a lot of money in the banks. Not for any reason that I believe the banks are going to shut down, but if I tangibly have my cash, not only is it giving me a tangible security, maybe on a holiday, maybe on a nighttime, maybe on a weekend, maybe on a bank shutdown. Now, I don't know, but what I'm saying is if I have the cash, I tangibly have the dollar bills. I can go spend it if I need to. Also, studies show that when we have dollars and we have true cash, we tend to spend less than when we use digital money or when we use credit cards. That is proven fact. So when I am taking true dollars out of my wallet, it's a lot harder. It's going to be more cost effective to me because I'm going to tend to save a little bit more because I don't want to spend as much. I tend to be a little bit more stingy with spending money. So therefore, hold cash and save cash. Not only are you helping your local businesses because that rebate and those discounts that you get on your credit card are eating these companies up. As a local business, I know I paid 4 to 5% money on credit card uses at my personal business. So what that means is for all you that's getting airline miles and rebates and kickbacks on your card, basically those local businesses and small businesses are paying for it. As we talked before, it may not hurt places like Walmart or Home Depot, but your local guys, it will hurt your local mom and pops. So when I can use cash, I want to be able to use cash. It will help them. It'll help me save money. And also it is tangible. It allows me to know that my money is with me or in my home or in safekeeping without my dependency on someone else, such as a bank. It allows me not to be dependent on maybe banking hours and worried about how I can get my money. I know people push against cash, but if you can save as much as you can, if you're getting a digitized money, if you're getting a direct deposit of payroll, or you're getting your Social Security check, learn to keep what's in there just to cover the bills, maybe some little extra just for hiccups, but try to take as much cash out. If you're using cash also, there's not really a paper trail in what you're purchasing. Not that you're purchasing bad or good things, but you should have the freedom to buy and purchase what you want without anyone really knowing about it other than you and the person that you're buying your goods from. So cash is king still. The dollar is not going to fall anytime soon because the government is going to keep it up because they have to keep America up. Now there's a whole other video in there saying that the dollar will crash, and it will. But right now I don't see that, and we need to be putting up cash because it's tangible and we can still use it to hopefully build a parallel economy or truly be able to spend on things that we want to buy and have the freedoms to do that without everyone knowing it. Number two, we are still investing in retirements. However, our investments right now are not going straight into the market. I'm not advising you, as I said before. I'm just personally telling you what we're doing. We're still putting the same amounts that we've always put into our 401ks or our Roth IRAs, weekly, bi-weekly, depending on how we get paid. Now, our setup is different because we're looking towards CDs and money markets. A few years back when I saw the markets really starting to turn, about right before the pandemic, I pulled everything into a cash spot. It was more liquid in the market, so I put in money markets and CDs. Now, was I gaining any money? No, but I didn't lose any money, especially with the downfall of the markets the last few years. Well, I'm still in the same situation where I'm looking at CDs and money markets. I know most brokerages and most people that were truly advising you would say, no, don't do that. The market's going to ebb and flow. It will go back up. You're going to take some falls, but you need to be able to get the rises when they come back. I understand that. And again, I'm not telling you as a broker, I'm not telling you as an advisor. I have no plan for your money and I don't make commissions off of it. But what I am saying with my personal money is I didn't take the loss that a lot of people saw in their retirements because we played it safe. Now, will we ever go back and have exposure in the stock market? Maybe so, but I'm going to wait for a little bit better economy for me to jump back into it. So I've got mine in money markets and CDs, and they will stay there for a while. However, I'm not stopping with retirement monies going into it. We don't need to get into bad habits with money. We need to still put money up and need to be saving every aspect we can, but just be smart right now. Don't just listen to everybody that wants to make money off of you. Simply be wise with your money. Other than just cash and seeing money still going to retirements but being more conservative with it, I'm also buying precious metals. I've been doing this for the last few years. I'm not sponsored by anybody. There's some that I would probably throw out name-wise, and I may do a video on that. So I don't want you to think that I'm telling you to buy from this person or that person. I'm telling you to buy from a reputable source of gold and silver, making sure you are buying some precious metals. Now, please don't put your whole retirement in precious metals. Please don't take all the cash that you have and buy precious metals. That's not smart. It's a good bartering asset, and it's true money, and it hedges against the inflation and the interest that is going crazy right now. Do I believe that the Fed and our government will allow gold to skyrocket and silver to skyrocket like it's supposed to? No, because I believe they're going to always manipulate the dollar or whatever currency that they have. So I think that will keep the gold and silver at bay. But it will help you have an asset that truly does not lose a lot of market value. Right now, gold is still pretty decently priced. It's going up, so it's not getting any cheaper, but I would challenge you to purchase some gold and some silver. If you can get old junk gold, junk silver, that's okay too. Make sure you're buying from reputable sources. If you're buying from a pawn shop or you're buying from online, make sure you learn what you're buying and understand what you're buying so you won't get scapped. There's a lot of people that sell these products and precious metals, and they're just taking you. Don't be that guy. Be wise in learning precious metals, but pick up some gold and silver. I personally bought some more gold and silver last week. I'm going to be honest with you. I bought some junk silver that someone had that they were going to literally pawn. Also have ordered some gold offline. Just another way that I can put a little of the money up. They had a special to where I could get some silver with the gold, so I bought it. Did I invest my whole life savings in it? No. But buying a little gold and silver is not bad. It helps you hedge against inflation, but truly it helps you have a true asset and true money when times may get tougher. Personally, I'm buying a lot of self-defense tools and another precious metals called brass, if you know what I'm saying. I believe in securing our homestead and our farm. I believe in also taking care of our family. We live in a time where our cities are literally in dismay. Now, we don't live anywhere near a big city. The closest big metropolitan city to us is probably 2 to 3 hours. But it's one of those situations where if I choose to hunt, or if I choose to protect my family, or if I choose to go to these kind of places, I want to make sure that I'm purchasing something that is not only an asset that's going up in price, it also can take care of my family. So self-defense tools and brass that goes along with that is very good, because guess what? We see a movement of governments pushing away from this. America, we cannot get like a lot of other major countries and allow our rights to be taken away. And self-defense tools is one that a lot of times we're seeing pushed against. So anytime that I have extra cash, or have saved up, or I've sold something, or have means to where I can purchase a little bit more, I am buying this asset. I'm purchasing, I'm stockpiling, I'm buying brass, and I'm buying the self-defense tools that go along with the brass, because they are going to be in short supply, and you're going to see more regulation on this. You've seen it in liberal cities, you've seen it in other countries. Don't let it happen to you, and don't be caught with your pants down with you trying to defend your home with a bat. A bat's good, but it's not going to get you too far compared to some of these other tools. So this is a major purchase for us, and we're doing this all the time. Actually, did it last week. This next one I push all the time, and this is something, again, I do literally every week. I'm stockpiling food. Food is going to be a major asset. I heard a billionaire the other day. I love listening to podcasts, and there was a billionaire, I'm not going to mention his name, but there was a billionaire, he said, I could live on a deserted island. Heck, I can buy the island. But if I put all my gold, all my riches, and all my billions on that island, I will starve to death, and I will be miserable for the rest of my life. Because that gold, that billion, those dollars, that gold, that cash, those assets are worth nothing compared to a bottle of peanut butter. I can't make it without eating. So when we talk about stockpiling, sometimes it's not about cash. Consumption in food is key. Start buying some extra food. Don't just buy canned food, buy dried food. Don't just buy dry food. Find ways to store food for long term. Buy some MREs. Look at Legacy Food and My Patriot Supply below. I mean, they have some great deals. They have some specials right now on 3 and 6 month supplies of food. And people say, oh, that's just a ripoff. You're never going to use it. Who cares? Do you ever want to use your life insurance? Do you ever want to use your fire insurance? Do you ever want to use your car insurance? No. You buy it for safety. I don't want to have to depend on my life insurance or health insurance or fire insurance, but I have them because it's smart. Same way with food insurance. You need to be growing extra food, or buying extra food, or stockpiling extra food, or buying freeze-dried food to make sure you have safety here. So I invest in food. Another thing, I invest in medicine. So I have antibiotics. There's shortages right now on antibiotics, on amoxicillin, there's actually a recall on epinephrine right now. That's what I do. I love purchasing extra stuff that I need as a prepper. So I've invested in food, and I've invested in medicine. You can look at Jace Medical right below, and this link is jacemedical.com/themax. I'm not saying purchase from them, but you need to make wise decisions to say, you know, cash is great to have. Money in the bank is great to have. Having self-defense tools are great to have. All those things are a part of financial security and safety and security. But we have to eat. We have to make it. As the billionaire said, I can have it all on the island, but I'd probably sell it all for one loaf of bread and some peanut butter, because I can't eat the dollars, I can't eat the cash, I can't eat the gold. I gotta have food. Lastly, we're going to talk about investing in commodities and livestock and things that are tangible. Again, very, very important. This is what I invest in all the time. I'm dropping calves every day. I have rabbits, I have bunnies on the ground, I have piglets on the ground. Now, I'm not saying you have to open a full-fledged farm, but what I'm saying, you have to find what's good for you. So I look at livestock. Livestock is going up in value just like everything else, but it's another way that I can feed our family or have Bartering tools are assets to turn around and help someone else. We have to get to the point where we realize commodities, tangible foods, and growing food and livestock, those things are key. Now, when I say commodities, I'm not just saying let's invest in uranium in the market, or I'm not saying just buy Bitcoin on digitized currency. Both of those things are good too. You can buy into those items. What I'm talking about is think of corn, think of grains, think of wheat. Having some of those things put up, or having a way to grow some of those things would be awesome. If you can't grow corn or grain, grow millet, grow kamut. You can do other things. You can grow a barley, you can grow rye. There's different ways to look at commodities. You can grow, people around here, they grow hay. They grow Bahia hay. Bahia grows natural and they don't want to cut their grass, and they have big fields, so they don't want cattle. So what they do is they grow Bahia, turn around and sell hay to farmers in the winter. Hey, that's another way to make money. It's another way to have an asset or a tool to use to have money for later, or to barter some beef. I know a guy that literally bartered all his hay. Instead of selling it this year, he picked up 3 steer to put in his freezer. So that's a great bartering thing, and I think we're going to have to go back to that to make sure that we're taking care of our families. That is true financial stability, is building a bartering asset to have things that not only is good to have in the bank, but ways that you can feed your family and have common sense approaches to what real money is. And intrinsic value of money is what helps us live our life. It's not putting the money in the bank and just watching it grow or watching it fall. All right, we're ending this video. Now I want to tell you one major thing I do with my money, and I promise you, you will feel better when you do this, and it will benefit you in the long run. Trust me, I promise you. The most important thing I do to my money is I turn around and realize that I want to tithe and give some of it away. Tithing, giving, and charity is one of the best avenues for your money. You don't believe it, and I know people say, well, I don't have the money to do that. It's not about how much money you're doing. It's about the willingness to sacrifice to help someone else, to tithe to your local church, to give a meal to someone. It's good for our heart, it's good for our soul, and ultimately, we don't give to get back, but somehow God always comes around and blesses us back for it. Sometimes it's with health, sometimes it's with smarts and wisdom, but the last thing I want to say is you got to tithe, you've got to give, and you got to be charitable. You got to love people. And when we learn to give money away, and when we realize money is not that important, and when we realize that if it's a portion, if it's 10%, 15%, or 5%, whatever you can give. I don't do it to pat myself on the back. I don't do that to say I can't wait to get what I'm going to get back. It's because when we have a willing heart and we give things away and we help other people, somehow it always comes back to helping us too. Not only does it make you feel better and know that you're willing to help someone, people see it, and I promise you, one day you'll be in need and they'll help you too. So guys, I hope this helps. This is what we personally do with our funds. Last week, we bought precious metals. Last week, we bought self-defense tools. We're growing new gardens right now as a commodity. We have new babies on the farm, which are livestock. Those things can help us sell or grow up for consumption. We are also stockpiling food. I literally buy from my Patriot Supply and Legacy still to this day. Every week when I get paid, I put a little up in cash. All these things you can do, you just got to do it. And don't feel like the small doesn't work. Don't feel like those $2 or $3 won't matter. It does. If you can give $2 or $3, great. If you can save $2 or $3, great. If you can buy 2 or 3 extra cans of food this week for a few dollars, great. It adds up. Stockpiling and prepping and doing these kind of things to make money grow is being patient and watching it. It may take days, weeks, months, years. But build wisdom, have common sense approaches to understanding that we need to take care of our family. And this is one way we can do it, by putting our cash and putting our money in safe places, diversifying it. Is it always safe? No, I don't know. I doubt it. But realizing money's not everything, and we can invest in other things for bartering and for true intrinsic value, which is food and the lovingness of taking care of our neighbors. All that matters. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think about this video below. Share this video. Again, we're so close to 200,000. We're going to be giving away thousands of dollars worth of prizes, and all it takes is you subscribing. Thank you guys for watching. God bless. Happy homestead, y'all.